The filling inside Betty Boom Bum's sour donuts was thick. You could cut it with a fork and scoop it into your coffee, or you could just eat it on its own. The wondrous Harriet Johanna was a woman of many skills. Restraint was not one of them. While Yera and Nettie were on their book tour, Turgot Tappet and Trent Hems shared leadership duties on the property. They noticed Harriet Johanna's retreat from her duties. She began spending all her time watching television with the ascended Rose Roud. Grief does not only occur upon death. Harriet Johanna had been grieving the impending death of Rose Roud for decades. She experienced her death every night in her dreams, and she threw herself off a tall building in each of these dreams upon hearing the news. It became obvious. Rose Roud could not die. It was unacceptable.
I am becoming a balloon.
She became big. Harriet Johanna gathered the spiritualists one morning. She told them the news, that she was intentionally becoming large, that she would become large enough to absorb Rose Roud and become a balloon. She also announced her new name. From now on, she would be called Ha-Jo. The spiritualists all played along, but mocked her behind her back, and also in front of her. Harriet Johanna was practically invisible on the property, serving the needs of Rose Roud and the other spiritualists. She would never even think to mention that she was in fact wondrous. But Ha-Jo was very visible. She lurked. She seemed to be everywhere, roaming the property, dispersing her energies, clutching the ascended Rose Roud like a dumb child with a stuffed animal. The spiritualists' mockery became disgust. Eventually, Turgot Tappet was urged to deal with the matter. If you keep doing what you're doing, I will poke a needle into your belly and pop you. Nevertheless, Ha-Jo persisted. For her plans were absorption, combination,
absorption, combination,
But her efforts were in vain, for even if Ha-Jo were powerful enough to pull such a spiritual feat off, she would not have been able, because the spiritual act of combination requires consent, and Rose Roud did not consent to an eternal nor extended life. She had been fading slowly for years, and every day she faded in this frankly tacky and silly realm, she grew stronger in the others. In dreams, Rose Roud would often appear to scold and provide orders for Harriet Johanna. Well, one night, a year into her pursuit of spiritual combination, she appeared in a dream. She said clearly, "Do not try to absorb me. Stop eating all those donuts. Let me die and never take me away from my television again. I do not like being outside with the bugs and trees." Harriet Johanna lived to serve Rose Roud. All her dream orders were met with diligence and precision. But Ha Jo was not so obedient. She continued in her ways. She continued clutching Rose Roud and taking her away from her television. But one does not disobey Rose Roud and get away with it.